name's Travis. This is Travis Does Kayak Fishing. We're out here at 280 Seneca Creek Boat Ramp, Lake Hartwell. I'm out here with my buddy Kyle Holt. You'll see him over there doing Kyle Holt stuff. And what we're doing today is he is going to teach me how to use the free rig. Well, the first thing, Kyle, I noticed you do have it on this heavy action. Do you typically fish? Is it single hook, so you treat it with a heavy action rod?
On either a medium heavy or heavy.
Medium heavy to heavy.
Yeah, it's more about what reel I have on the particular rod at the time. I think it's kind of going to be more what determines what rod I'm going to use, because one of the main things is I want a higher ratio gear. Most of the time I'm using either 8 or 9 to 1.
Okay.
And that's because you use a lot of slack line.
Okay.
And that's one of the things about free rig is if you're tight line, you might as well just be throwing a regular Texas rig, because that bait's not gonna. It's just gonna be hitting.
And it's dragging with the
weight.
weight
Yeah, the bait's
down.
gonna be hitting that weight, and
you want it loose and to let that weight behind it, like a Carolina rig, kind of drift up.
Exactly.
Okay.
To me, it's a lot easier to manage than the Carolina rig.
So looking at it and breaking it down, you said 3/8. Do you stick to that primary like offshore or everywhere, even shallow, or do you have like an 1/8 of an ounce you throw up shallow?
Yeah, so I have everything from a BFS setup with I'll use an 1/8 of an ounce, and you can throw everything from a robo worm on that to all kinds of. I've been throwing the Great Lakes, juvie craw.
I see these Bronco bugs a lot though. Is this a favorite?
So yeah, this is what actually got me into free rigging. Was the bait was the Do Live Beaver, which is what the Bronco bug was designed after, and the action on it is incredible. But that bucking motion that it gives off when you're slack lining is the escaping craw, the clapping motion. And I mean, it just, if the fish are in the mood for it, they're really in the mood for it. And yeah, I mean, I'll throw everything from a 3/8 down to 1/8. Lately, a 1/4 ounce in about 15 foot of water has been the ticket.
Oh yeah.
You know, just time of year, I think. Running like in the back of the creek channels and stuff like that. 3/8 if I'm going over 15 foot, something, you know, if I'm going to throw a 3/8. If they're not hitting it, I'll go back down to 1/4 ounce.
Now, as far as your bead, I see you got a red one on here. Glass bead, I'm sure, but
yeah,
4mm, 5mm, something like that.
I think it's a 4. I think.
Where do you decide between red and black?
Depends on the day. Depends on watercolor. I was throwing it in pretty clear water, which is why I threw on the red.
So you like that red and pretty clear, and if you're going darker, more.
Yeah.
The same rule with like worms.
Basically,
yeah. Keep the dark colors in the dark water. It's not a standard EWG hook. What do you got on there?
So that is actually that's a rebarb.
A rebarb? Oh, okay.
It's a rebarb straight shank.
Yeah, okay.
I prefer straight shank over EWGs for the free rig, because same reason as they're using a higher gear ratio is that you're using a lot of slack line, and when you have an EWG on there, it gives that hook a lot of time to turn in that fish's mouth.
Right. And
you'll end up hooking them a lot in the bottom of the mouth and stuff like that. And straight shank kind of is a lighter hook.
And you like to, I know you like to fish Scott a lot offshore, but it's cool to drag him up by like the shallow over the rocks. Just do what I normally do, just fish him.
If I'm dragging, I'm generally going to be using a weight stop on it, because you're going to be putting a lot of damage on that knot.
Okay.
And around timber, stuff like that, I would be careful about dragging. You can do it more, I drag a lot around rocks. With like a heavier setup, like a 3/8 setup, 17-pound test. I'll drag that around rocks a lot. And you can actually drag that really fast, kind of like a...
Just free rig bass.
Oh, that's a good fish.
Yeah, there's a free rig bass for us during the tutorial. What? Are you kidding me? All right. All right, look at that. Got him a nice little 15-incher. 15 and a half.
15.
Yeah. All right. Woo woo. So you guys see what he's doing? You see the mission, and we're gonna try and do that. We've got this Zach Burge General, the Rush. This is a heavy action. Again, he said normally medium heavy. We got the Bronco tied on, red bead, black may be better for the stain, but this will work. It's just a water clarity thing, and 3/8, so we can go deep by the bridge pillars. We can hit the stuff we normally hit, and
Yeah, you can
see if
fish shallow, fish deep.
just have fun with it.
A setup that we can fish swim baits and some floats, and actually I think I have the Jackal armor or armor shad or jerk shad on there. So we can run with that too and see what we can do.
Oh, yes. Well, let's fish the things we normally fish and see if we can do what he just did. Let's go. All right, so thank you, Kyle, for the lesson in free rigging. I did take everything you said to heart. I didn't have a lot of success that day, but I did end up catching a fish on it, and Kyle caught a couple on the day. This technique is effective, and it does seem to catch pretty good fish. I can't complain about it. I think it's easy to do. I think if you're a fan of the Texas rig, the Carolina rig, especially the Carolina rig, you're going to like this technique. I think you should probably give it a try. I'm definitely going to use it more. I'm going to work on it here over the winter transition and into the colder months because I think it'll be effective year-round, offshore, shallow. All right. My first one on a free rig. Man, I cannot tell you how hard I've worked for that fish today. We're going to get him back. He's bleeding pretty bad. Thanks so much for coming. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about Kyle Holt's teaching here. And hey, while you're here, YouTube thinks you like the video on the left. I really like the playlist on the right. If this was good content for you, just click my face here and that'll subscribe you to the channel. Thanks, guys and gals. Y'all have a good one.